Dragon Ball just leaked its own future, because official merchandise for the upcoming Dragon Ball Super remake has revealed exactly how Goku will look during the Golden Frieza and Champa arcs, and the release dates hidden inside those figures might have just told us when this entire series ends. Okay, so something massive just happened in the Dragon Ball world, and if you have been following this franchise for years, you already know that whenever a new series or movie is about to drop the reel, spoilers do not come from trailers first, they come from toys and merchandise. Because think back to 2014 and 2015, when the very first figures of Goku and Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue quietly appeared online weeks before anyone official said a word. Or remember, when Golden Frieza's transformation leaked through merchandise, before the Resurrection F movie even had a trailer. That pattern is repeating right now with the Dragon Ball Super remake, and this time the leak is bigger than anyone expected. Because official figures have just revealed Goku's exact appearance for the Golden Frieza arc and the Champa arc complete, with the outfit fans have been waiting to see animated in modern quality, and buried in the fine print of these figure descriptions is something huge: a release window of December 2026 and January 2027, which basically confirms the remake is airing at least that far into the future. And if you do the math, with an estimated pace of about 20 episodes, that puts a realistic wrap up somewhere around March or April of 2027. So mark that down, because we might just be looking at our first real hint of when this whole thing concludes. But here is where it gets even more interesting. These figures, despite covering the Golden Frieza and Champa arcs, are still officially labeled under the title Dragon Ball Super Bills, which lines up perfectly with a rumor many of us have been talking about for a while now: the idea that the entire remake, regardless of which arc it covers, will be branded under that single Bills title, and that it will stick to just 3 arcs across roughly 20 episodes. And if that rumor holds true, it means Toei is treating this remake less like a full reboot and more like a tightly focused retelling of the Battle of Gods era, all the way through to the Universe 6 and 7 tournament storyline. And speaking of trailers, we are still waiting, and honestly the wait is starting to feel strange, because unlike Dragon Ball Daima, which dropped a new trailer roughly every 2 months before ramping up hard in the final weeks, this remake has gone almost silent. And that is a problem, because we are now less than 3 months from what is widely expected to be an early October premiere. So far we have only gotten 2 real look-ins. The first trailer leaned heavily into the Battle of Gods confrontation, and the second one gave us our first proper glimpse of the Golden Frieza saga. So if a new trailer is coming, and it really should be coming, the most logical window is somewhere between now through the end of July and mid-August, because after that the release date starts feeling dangerously close for a project that still has not shown us enough. And now, let's talk about the part of this news that has genuinely worried a lot of fans, because in these new figures Goku is wearing the outfit tied to Golden Frieza and Champa, but he is shown using Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue, and notably not Super Saiyan God, and that absence has sparked a real debate, because a huge portion of the fanbase believes the remake is the perfect opportunity to finally give Super Saiyan God the spotlight it never really got, showing Goku using that form against Golden Frieza and later against Hit in the Universe 6 tournament, instead of skipping straight to Blue again. And if you know your Dragon Ball lore, you understand why fans care so much about this, because Super Saiyan God is often called one of the most underrated transformations in the entire franchise, with its incredible speed, its far lower energy consumption, and a fighting style many consider more refined and graceful than Blue. So if the remake ignores it again, especially during these specific arcs, a lot of longtime fans are going to see it as a missed opportunity to finally correct something the original anime never fully explored. And to be fair, there is still no official confirmation that these figures perfectly represent what will actually happen on screen, so some fans are choosing to stay cautiously optimistic while we wait for more trailers to clear things up. Now switching gears completely, because there is even bigger news. For gamers, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has just revealed its next DLC, and it is genuinely historic, because fake Super Saiyan Goku is officially joining the roster, making Sparking Zero the very first mainline Dragon Ball game to ever make this form playable. And if you remember this transformation at all, you remember how strange and iconic it looked with that dark hair, that intense golden aura, and those unsettling eyes straight out of the classic movie it originally appeared in. And for decades, fans have talked about this form as one of the most bizarre and memorable oddities in Dragon Ball history. So seeing it finally treated as a real playable fighter with full animations and authentic effects feels like a genuine milestone. And the reveal trailer did not stop there, because it also confirmed young Goku fighting Piccolo Gohan, wearing the outfit of the Supreme Kais, and even Videl straight out of the Broly movie. But the moment that completely stole the show is Goku and Frieza teaming up together to fight Jiren, recreated with jaw-dropping fidelity to one of the most legendary battles from the entire Tournament of Power. And honestly, watching that scene animated in this level of detail is exactly the kind of fan service this franchise needed right now. And in smaller but still fun news, mangaka Toyotaro has done something completely unexpected by illustrating Doman Cashew for a Gundam trading card game, bringing his signature Dragon Ball art style to a totally different franchise and capturing all the intensity and charisma fans of Mobile Fighter G Gundam know so well. And now, for the news a lot of us have been anxiously waiting for. Jump Festa 2026 has officially been confirmed for December 19th and 20th in Japan. And if you know anything about how long the Dragon Ball Super manga hiatus has dragged on, you understand why this date suddenly matters so much, because Jump Festa has historically been the stage where Shueisha drops its biggest announcements, trailers, and surprises, and Dragon Ball almost always gets a spotlight moment. So naturally, fans are already hoping this could be the moment Toyotaro finally reveals a new arc. But here is the reality check, because there is still zero official confirmation that any manga announcement is planned, and honestly, the most recent weekly V-Jump release just confirmed something disappointing: the manga will not return in July, and it will not return in August either. So the hiatus continues a little longer. Even Boruto is taking a break in August, though that series is confirmed to return in September, which only makes the silence around Dragon Ball Super feel even heavier. And if Jump Festa comes and goes without any real update on the manga, a lot of longtime fans are going to feel that frustration all over again. So with all of that said, the countdown to October is on. The transformations are being debated, the DLC is about to deliver something historic, and the manga's future is still hanging in complete silence. And honestly, that mix of excitement and uncertainty is exactly why this remains one of the most unpredictable years to be a Dragon Ball fan. So if you want to stay ahead of every leak, every trailer, and every update the moment it drops, make sure you subscribe, because this story is far from over.